Hello and welcome to the Seafoam Isles Draft League Season 2 Playoffs Week 1. These matches are between Benji and Reich. Benji, coach of the Canadian Milk Bags, and Reich, coach of the Burger Kingdras. The Mega Pokemon in this match are Mega Venusaur and Mega Blastoise, and the Z Pokemon are Z Attack Boltund and Z Any Hoopa for Benji, and the Z Any Dragonite and Z Attack Kabutops for Reich. So, let's see. What I see first is kind of a lack of easy Pharaoh removal outside of Flamethrower from Celesteela, but even then, Spadef Ferrothorn is kind of crazy, and if it throws up a Leech Seed and has Protect, it's somewhat safe to just go for that initial Protect and then have another Pokemon switch in, like, I don't know, Blastoise on the Flamethrower, and then that generates a ton of momentum for Reich. Zapdos looks pretty good with its dual coverage, though Blissey kind of does just sit on it. Any special attacker is somewhat irrelevant until Blissey's removal. However, Reich's offensive team does kind of take decent advantage of Blissey because of how hard it is for Blissey to actually do effective damage. Like Dragonite can set up Dragon Dances once Celesteela is down, or something of that caliber. Toxic will be very vital because if Ferrothorn is not blocking every Toxic, not a single Pokemon on Reich's team likes being Toxicked. Blaziken doesn't really mind it, but everything else really hates it, honestly. Like, especially Dragonite. It can't heal to multi-scale with Toxic damage. Even with Roost, it's always going to be at least 94%, unless it has leftovers. And even then, it's going to be 94. So, if Benji can somehow poison or toxic all of the things on Reich's team and burn Ferrothorn, I think that's how Benji's gonna win. But Reich with Ferrothorn, if Reich can get off Leech Seeds effectively and not lose Ferrothorn, it's gonna be really good for him. So, let's play. So hard switch Dragonite from Pemmican. In comes, eats the Fire Fang pretty cleanly. That's kind of strange, I gotta say. Fire Fang into a Zapdos. It's not a bad play, but it's like, ooh, that's a very hard Pharaoh call out. That's what it was. Okay, I understand now. Elizabeth comes in, protects, takes that Thunderbolt pretty hard. And in comes Blissey on the following Thunderbolt. And here Pemmican reveals Life Orb. U-turn is used, crits for 53%. Sheesh. That's a pretty bad crit, honestly. Psyshock will destroy Blissey. And, but I think webs are probably more likely in this scenario. Yep, out comes the webs. Probably for free setup by Blaziken to go for an SD in the near future. So I have a feeling that we're just going to see a U-turn by Pemmican. I'm not really sure why it's not Thunderbolt. I feel like it's struggling without it. Away go the webs and a little bit of Pemmican's evasion. I think we're going to see a U-turn. There's the U-turn into Blaziken. I don't know. With Thick Fat, I don't know how much Blaziken is doing unless it's like Choice Band. Oh, well, that's one way to do it. Maybe an SD here. It is leftovers Blaziken, not an attacking item. In comes Boltund on the Swords Dance. Luckily, Blaziken's not speed boost of this game did not just end with that Sword Dance. Psychic Fangs breaks the sub. Flare Blitz will kill back. Close combat, same difference, really. Flare Blitz does not inflict recoil on Blaziken, which is really nice for a subset, but it will probably be forced out now. Yep, because of those reduced defenses. Or even if they weren't reduced, it's still... Whoa! That's a crit, but that's still resisted. And it almost to a KO'd Ferrothorn. Wow. Flinch, big flinch. Leftovers kind of play there. Ice Beam does 30, not quite. Going to finish off Ferrothorn. Thunder Wave is used. Now Blaziken does not have to worry about speed control. However, I think Mandibuzz is still really obnoxious for it. Full para, procs. Mandibuzz coming in. I think Orbeetle might opt to U-turn. Nope. Dark Pulse is used. Cobra Berry procs. And Chapulines takes 30% from that because of the whatever it's called, the toxic damage. Down goes Chapulines. In comes Pemmican. Pemmican's just gonna Thunderbolt. I think it's gonna U-turn. Fair enough. Yeah, I felt like Inteleon was pretty much as good as dead once it was paralyzed. In comes Celesteela again. Heavy Slam breaks sub though. Blaziken is kind of frail. Swords Dance used. Probably Heavy Slam again. Yep. Doesn't do a whole lot, but it's just enough to the point where it will break sub. Flare Blitz is going to destroy both Pokemon, really. Crit didn't matter. It's a +2 Blaziken with a super effective move. In comes Mandibuzz, probably just going to Roost. Toxic. Good call out. In comes Venusaur. Maybe on Hurricane. I doubt it's Hurricane's here. Yeah. U-turn. In comes Pitaya, who has a little bit of chip. Dual Wing Beat is not even going to do that much. Wow. That's kill range, but that didn't do very much. For a super effective move from like a 134 base attack Pokemon, I think. Giga Drain's going to heal up Baron Von Trunker just a little more. Hurricane's going to miss. And it's going to do actually a lot of damage to Pemmican. And yeah, it's forced to switch on that. In comes Blissey. Blissey's going to probably die now. Honestly, Mandibuzz is really tough for the rest of this team. Except for Zapdos. And Zapdos is at like what? Like 40? That didn't do very much either. I was kind of half expecting foul play to deal with. The 5 billion physical attackers on Reich's team. Or the good ones, at least. Toxic is going to prevent Roost from proccing multi-scale. And Thunder Punch is not going to do very much. I'm going to assume that like the Thunder Punch reveal is actually kind of big for Benji to know next game that he does not have a safe option. Iron Barbs is going to chip Shanice a little farther and finish off Ferrothorn. It's looking pretty dire right now. Nothing can really tank a Hurricane from Zapdos, and even if it can, U-turn here is possible. U-turn does... Oh my god, why? That's not okay. This is supposed to do like 2 damage because Zapdos U-turning. But I guess that's just how Egg works. Close combat finishes off Helga. In comes Venusaur, I'm going to assume. Yep. Swords Dance goes off. There's no Earth Power. No, not quite going to kill. Blaziken's going to kill itself with Flare Blitz, and that's going to probably allow another crit Flare Blitz. That's kind of funny. Yes, crit suicide. Thunderbolt finishes off the bird, and that's game 1. So, see you in the next game.